Imagine opening your eyes tomorrow morning already knowing you'll only have one meal the entire day. And before you even take your first step, your body begins responding to that decision. Within hours, hunger hormones start rising because your system is used to frequent eating, not because it is truly running out of fuel. Your stomach may feel tighter, your focus may drift, and normally stable moods may wobble slightly as your blood sugar dips from its usual pattern. As the day moves forward, your body quietly shifts from its standard eating rhythm into a conservation mode, pulling more energy from stored sources and less from incoming food. This transition, which researchers often call a metabolic shift, is far more complex than simply not eating. It's like running the entire day on a smaller battery, where every action feels slightly more noticeable. You may feel waves of hunger, bursts of clarity, brief drops in energy, or moments where you suddenly become aware of every food ad passing your screen. But those feelings don't mean you're in danger. They mean your body is adjusting. The first few hours after your single meal feel normal. Your blood sugar rises, insulin does its job, and for a moment you might think, this is easy. But around hour 4 or 5, your stomach sends out loud hunger signals, not because you're depleted, but because your body is following its old schedule. Studies from Harvard show that the hunger hormone ghrelin spikes according to habit, not necessity. So when you feel that early evening hunger, it's not an emergency. It's just your body acting like a creature of routine. Most adults carry enough stored fuel to power the body for days. Between 8 and 12 hours without food, your system begins emptying glycogen, the quick-access sugar stored in your liver. These stores act like your emergency snack drawer, and when they start dropping, your brain reacts with mood swings, dips in concentration, and increased sensitivity to every smell, sound, or sight related to food. The NIH notes that during early fasting, alertness hormones rise slightly, which is why you often feel strangely tired and focused at the same time. Hunger arrives in short bursts, usually lasting only 10 to 20 minutes. Once a wave passes, most people are surprised by how normal and steady their energy feels again. Around 16 to 20 hours, the major internal switch happens. With glycogen basically empty, your body turns to fat as the primary fuel. Research published in the New England Journal of Medicine shows that this transition can improve metabolic health, reduce inflammation, and provide the brain with a steadier, cleaner type of fuel called ketones. A study in Nature Metabolism even found that people often report clearer thinking at this stage because ketones supply the brain with a calm, stable energy source. Hunger fades, irritability drops, and your body finally stops insisting that more food is coming. Many people feel unusually peaceful, focused, and mentally sharp, almost as if their brain has shifted into efficiency mode. By the 24-hour point, the changes go deeper. Ketones rise further, inflammation continues to drop, and your cells engage in a repair process called autophagy, which removes damaged components and recycles them. This process was so significant that scientist Yoshinori Osumi received a Nobel Prize for revealing how it works. You won't feel it happening, but inside, your cells are cleaning house. Studies in cell metabolism show that even one day of fasting can improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammatory markers. By the end of the day, your body has overcome psychological hunger, burned through stored sugar, transitioned into fat burning, stabilized your mood, sharpened your focus, and kick-started internal repair. What feels mentally challenging is something your body handles more smoothly than you expect. Once you move past the first day and follow the one-meal-a-day pattern for several weeks, your system becomes more efficient. Hunger shows up only near your usual meal time. Energy becomes steady, and many people experience better sleep, sharper thinking, and gradual weight loss. Research from Stanford and the National Institutes of Health shows that time-restricted eating improves inflammation, insulin response, and metabolic stability. Many of the same benefits that appear in people who eat a single daily meal. But despite the advantages, OMAD is not a one-size-fits-all solution. The biggest risk is undereating. One meal sounds simple, but fitting a full day's worth of nutrients, especially protein, essential fats, and vitamins, into a single plate is more difficult than most people realize. Undereating for days or weeks can slow metabolism, weaken muscles, lower energy, and make you feel cold or fatigued. Research from the University of Illinois warns that chronic low-calorie intake can cause metabolic slowdown, the opposite of what most people want. Hormones matter too, especially for women. Some women respond more sensitively to long fasting windows and may experience mood changes, fatigue, or menstrual irregularities if they consistently eat too little. A clear sign to stop is when your energy keeps falling instead of rising after the first week. Another problem is overeating or choosing poor foods. After waiting all day to eat, many people rush their meal, overeat, or crave unhealthy things. Doctors at the Cleveland Clinic note that inconsistent or rushed eating can trigger digestive discomfort and intense cravings. Lifestyle factors also play a major role. If you're already stressed, sleeping poorly, or relying on caffeine, a long fasting window may feel harder because your body interprets it as additional stress, raising cortisol and making you feel tense. People with physically demanding jobs or heavy workouts may also struggle unless their single meal is large enough to support recovery. Certain groups should avoid OMAD entirely. People with diabetes or unstable blood sugar, pregnant or breastfeeding women, teenagers, anyone with chronic illness without medical approval, or individuals with a history of disordered eating. Eating once a day should never be confused with starving yourself. True OMAD is structured, nutritionally complete, and intentional, not a crash diet shortcut. When done properly, studies show it can support metabolic health, reduce inflammation, and help maintain a stable weight. When done carelessly, it can drain energy and create more problems than it solves. In the end, OMAD is a tool, not a test of willpower or a competition. Some people thrive on it, others feel better eating more frequently. What matters is how your body responds. If you feel calmer, clearer, and more stable, it might be a good fit. If you feel drained or stressed, there are many healthier approaches. As we say here at Medical Truth Zone, the goal isn't to be extreme, it's to understand your body. Eating once a day isn't about being a superhero. It's about observing how your system behaves when it isn't constantly fed. You learn which cravings are real, which ones are boredom, and how much energy your body quietly stores. If you decide to try OMAD, go slowly, pay attention, and let your body guide you. It always tells the truth. And if you found this helpful, subscribe, and tell me in the comments whether you would ever try eating one meal a day.